Have you ever finished telling your star story in an interview and wondered, did they actually get what I meant? If so, don't worry, you're not alone. Today, I'm going to show you how to avoid being misunderstood by using some new insights from NLP and by thinking about how perception and perspective shape the way your answers are received. This is how top candidates make sure that every story lands exactly as intended. So let's talk about the gap between what's in your head and what the interviewer actually hears. When you tell a story, you see it through your own lens. You know the background, the stakes, the people, the emotions, but the thing is the interviewer doesn't. They're seeing it for the first time without any context. So when you skip details, they have to invent a story in their mind to fill in the gaps. And that's dangerous because their fictional story might be way smaller than reality, way bigger than reality, or even completely off base. And this is how you can accidentally end up sounding vague or confusing. So why is it that we leave, by default, gaps in our stories? It's because our brains use filters, something NLP, otherwise known as neurolinguistic programming, calls deletion, distortion, and generalization. Deletion, we leave stuff out because it seems obvious to us. Everyone knows how a project works, or of course the client was angry. Distortion, we twist reality a bit, either by playing things up or down. It was chaos, it was no big deal. And generalization, we speak in broad terms instead of specifics. I always handle conflicts well. We improve things significantly. These filters help us process life faster, but they kill clarity in interviews. So how can we fix this? You can start by understanding two things: perception and perspective. Perception is your lens on what happened and how you see the scenario. Perspective is the lens of the interviewer trying to make sense of it all. Your perception carries all the color, context, and meaning, but the interviewer's perspective is limited. They're sitting there thinking, why was the stakeholder so upset? What did you actually do there? How big of a deal was this problem? If you don't fill in those gaps, they have to guess, and often they guess wrong. So whenever you prepare for your STAR+HR answers, ask yourself, if I knew nothing about the story, what would I need to understand it clearly? Am I assuming the interviewer knows the same background as I do, and have I painted a picture from their perspective? That's how you can prevent fictional context from creeping in and ruining your message. Here's how to apply this in practice. After writing your STAR+HR answer, highlight any vague words like improved, managed, helped, issues, and replace them with specifics. Add context quickly. Instead of "we had problems," say 3 weeks before the launch, a key supplier went bankrupt. Check the lens. Ask, would someone outside my team understand the story? And lastly, always end with a reflection. Share how you'd handle things differently now, and this is going to show maturity and help the interviewer connect the dots. So remember, NLP filters are sneaky. They delete, distort, and generalize. Your perception isn't enough. The interviewer's perspective is what really matters. And fill in the gaps so they don't invent on their own stories about what you did. That's how you're going to make your STAR+HR answers crystal clear and ensure that there's no room for misunderstanding. So there we have it. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, and share for more interview tips and tricks to pass your next interview.